step of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier!
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Azdaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words! Your life is mine! Fisher!
Fast.
Shifting sands know not the mountain's permanence. There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Wow. Watch out!
Allow me.
You've recovered. How can that...
Focus your efforts, Morax.
Solidify!
Crumble!
Rise!
Opening box of Adeptitrix.
Stabilize! Stabilize!
The enraged earth will not absorb you!
Crumble!
Shifting sands, not the mountain's
Quake!
permanence. Detestable!
Gather!
Go.
Fisher!
Solidify! Solidify!
No atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Solidify!
Cowardly insects!
This is order! Solidify!
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Rise! Stabilize!
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of pain!
Wheel of life.
Gather! Solidify!
From rocks to dust, sooner or later.
Stabilize!
Bishop!
Order guide you!
Be crushed.
Solidify!
The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Solidify! Gather!
Go.
Gather!
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Gather! Solidify!
Rise. Stand clear.
Solidify! Time for retribution!
Crumble! The enraged earth will not absolve you!
This is order. Stabilize. Keep back! Burn!
Life goes on. Absorption test.
Cowardly insect!
Enhanced animal module 75.
Stabilize!
Come! Experience an eon of suffering!
Solidify!
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
I will have order!
Morax. 1,000 years.
You should call it by its name.
Fate? Fate? So here.
No. You have...
Azdaha.
Huh? Kun?
Morax. Azdaha.
During the battle,
Yes. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azdaha the whole. Heaven and earth. Yin and...
No! It can't!
When the seal loosened, that's what...
The audacity! Are you insane?
I was another power awakened. I was barely...
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond... It's been so long.
There would be no harm in it.
You haven't changed. Azdaha was once a friend and ally. The memories of rocks do not erode Azdaha.
What would you expect?
This much is true. In the beginning, erosion made us Morax, and so we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract.
No!
I am the remnants of
No! This is a
Morax is not.
lord over insects is nothing but an insect!
You forgot yourself. That which you, all powers under heaven, rise and fall of...
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends. Strange.
You are spent in the wilderness.
No!
Perhaps it isn't.
More axe!
The little girl vanished.
Are you satisfied?
I had to make amends. So,
I do.
well, I'm afraid
As you please.
I never did forget your gift.
I hardly lifted a finger.
And yet, you could...
Your power is nearly spent. Shall we get going?
Surely the pressing matter is still that...
Indeed.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners.
So there you are. My men and I found Mao in a tent at the campsite. Huh?
Nothing. Pay it no mind.
Cave?
They're exhausted, but not...
Right. Well,
So you're taking...
that's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Azdaha.
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmith.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind.
Azdaha,
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped. That's... You may live.
I do not pretend.
Were it not...
You've brought it.
That day in the chasm.
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless.
You chose justice.
The movements of the earth dragon.
Hence, my... Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend.
Thank you, Azdaha.
My life is at...
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's on...
Wow. That...
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Azdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, despite being he was willing to be sealed away. Even the greater the power, personally, people abandoned that I was a god of men.
You still can't...
Call it, I must thank you, but...
No worries!
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah! So, not long ago, he told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived...
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of...
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the...
It was signed before it all began. You two are friends to me.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past, many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded, but you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come, if you take the
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.